Welcome to the studio here at African Utility Week and Power Gen Africa. Today we're speaking with the Rockefeller Foundation about their Utilities 2.0 project. Welcome, Ashvin.
Thank you.
So what do you envision the Utilities 2.0 project will achieve?
I mean, the Utilities 2.0 project, quite simply, is just an effort to get a conversation going and get projects going that combine the best of grid with off-grid technology so that we can accelerate the rate of electrification. With 600 million people in Africa not electrified, we need to do something to disrupt how people in rural areas are gaining access to energy.
So what advice can you give project developers to make their projects bankable?
I mean, in particular, we have to think hard about how we get the mini-grid sector to be more bankable so that it can play its role in coming in and helping accelerate rural electrification. I'd say the first thing is they have to partner with governments, with ministries, with regulators, and with utilities to actually create the space for them to operate as an industry that's recognized as an infrastructure sector so that they can actually mitigate the risk they face currently of sometimes not having regulations or policies that actually allow them to function over a long-term time frame.
So disruptive technologies are a great enabler. How are they changing business models?
Well, I mean, fundamentally, if you think about trying to serve rural customers, for decades, traditional utilities have treated them as not very bankable. But now what you have is rapidly declining solar costs. So it's allowed developers to come up and set decentralized generation distribution units in rural areas. They've been able to bring in low-cost payment technologies using mobile phones, smart meters that can allocate access to power in bite-sized packages that consumers can afford to pay. So there's a whole ecosystem of technologies that are really opening up electrification to poor rural consumers for the first time like we've never seen before.
So let's look into your crystal ball. In the next 5 to 10 years in Africa, what do you envisage?
I think in 5 to 10 years, the utilities in many countries in Africa are going to look fundamentally different. You're going to see it much more as a mesh, where we're building the grid from the outside in, allowing decentralized energy systems to slowly get connected to the main grid. Eventually, you're going to have two-way movement of power. But we need to achieve universal electrification much quicker than we currently are if we're going to end poverty in Africa.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more industry-related content.